Hey guys, it's Nicole. Welcome back to Chronicles of a Crafter. So today I'm going to show you guys some of the items that I picked up on my thrifting haul when I went to a store called Savers. And at Savers, everything is 50% off every single Monday. So everything that I'm about to show you was 50% off. And the prices are still on the packaging, but I believe I spent less than $20 at this store. So let's just get into it and I'll show you all the items that I picked up. You're going to be impressed. I was impressed. You're going to be impressed. And I just want to remind you guys that you can craft for way less than you think. You do not have to spend a bunch of money on craft supplies when you have something as convenient as a thrift store near you that you can probably find some pretty interesting crafty items at. Okay, so this week I picked up mostly books and magazines, but one book in particular, which I think I'll just show you right now because I'm excited. All right, so let me just show you the book that I picked up first. This right here is a giant ledger book. It is an official ledger book. It has a hardcover. It's bounded. It's very old and tattered, and I love that about it. But yeah, this is what it looked like back in the day when people did ledgers. When you had to handwrite your, your budget or your sales and trades and whatnot back in whenever the olden days. All right. So this is an official ledger book. It says. There's even like a little cheat note here that says total plus credit minus debit equals cash. All right, and this was an appliance service center book. That was the name of the store that used this book, Appliance Service Center. Their P.O. box. They're located in Flagstaff, Arizona. So this is an official local book that I picked up, and the creamy colored paper is a gem. All right, I don't know if my camera is capturing it, but it is a pretty buttery colored paper here. And there's let's see, 3, 6, 9 columns, not to mention the large column for journaling. And again, this is just how people kept track of all of their sales and, cash flow at a business or in a mercantile store or what have you. All right, I paid $3 and, well, it's labeled $3.99. I actually paid $2 for it because it was 50% off. Okay, so there's that nice old bound journal book or ledger book. All right guys, so the next thing that I did pick up at the thrift store, again, this is called Savers. This is just a little notebook that it's for cognitive behavioral therapy and other essentials. It's an anti-anxiety notebook, and it's basically just little places in a book where you can write down how you're feeling on a daily basis if you want to. There's no pressure whatsoever to doing so, but it just reminds you to take a little bit of time to breathe and just assess your own space, your own mind, your own thoughts. And there's little passages in here, sleep, overnight therapy. There's lots of room for journaling as well. And I just thought it was a cute little book that would make some good reading material, if nothing else, like positive relationships. Everyone needs support, and it's okay to acknowledge that you are, keeping track of your own mental state. We all need to do that, and try to keep negative relationships out of your life, negative thoughts out of your mind, and just really work on self-healing, etc. So yeah, it's all good to check in with yourself, and this is a good book for documenting that that you are doing so. So it's marked here at $2.99. I paid $1.50 for it because it's half off. And again, it's just a really interesting book that allows you to do some journal entries maybe, and if nothing else, at least take a deep breath and just read some of the passages that are in here. Okay, so I found this book. Again, it's the Anti-Anxiety Notebook, made by therapists, cognitive behavioral therapy, and other essentials. All right, that's what it says there. Again, $1.50, why not? If nothing else, I can deconstruct this book and use the cover to make myself a junk journal. Right? So, I also picked up these cards. Let's grab the other ones also. These are both note cards, 15 count, brand new in the package. $2.50 or $2.49 labeled. $1.25 is what I paid for it because it's 50% off again. These are thank you cards, right? And one is just plain, well, it's not very plain. It has a little pen mark on there that says thank you. And these are, when I say plain, I meant these are the craft paper style cards and envelopes. And this one is a decorated, you know, thank you so very much is what it says on the front. And the envelopes are decorative as well, so they're matching. Again, $1.25. I couldn't even get this at a dollar store for $1.25, even though here it says $2.49 is what they would normally charge on a Tuesday through Saturday. I paid $1.25 on it on Monday, but the original packaging only says $1.99. So I don't know what's really going on here, but still, I did pay less than retail, so I'm pretty happy about that. And here I have another box of cards. These are actual Hallmark cards that are packaged, 50 cards in envelopes. They're blank on the inside, originally marked for $11.99 for this Hallmark package, $2.99 at Savers. I paid $1.50 for it, again half price. So let's just see what's in here. And I did open this in the store to make sure that they were all here, if not the majority of it was here. And these are just the plain Hallmark. They're marked Hallmark, they're embossed Hallmark right about here. So I don't know if my camera's picking that up, but it is embossed Hallmark envelopes and Hallmark cards. And I want to say maybe one or two is missing because it doesn't seem like 50, and the little band that's holding it is pretty loose. So there's a little clear band right here holding these cards together. But again, they're just with appreciation for your expression of sympathy. So it's just a blank inside. You just fold it on the score mark, and it's a pretty card, right? I don't know why I would need 50 sympathy cards, but you can always redecorate it, change it around to fit your crafting style or needs. All right, so again, $1.50 is what I paid for it, as opposed to retail at $12, or even Tuesday through Saturday at this store, it would be $3. Okay, so I got that. So next I'm going to show you guys some books that I picked up. These are just some magazines that I picked up at this store, and interesting, right? Just fascinating stuff. National Geographic is one of the magazines that I like to collect, as well as Life magazines. And so here I have these two National Geographic books or magazines. This one is from 1985. This is a very, very popular cover of their magazine, and it's basically the haunting eyes of an Afghan refugees, right? So that was one of their very popular covers. June 1985 is what it's listed as. And of course, very interesting articles every day, all day in this magazine. I mean, I love National Geographic. I even love the National Geographic channel because of some of the interesting shows that they show on there. And here is the follow-up to this magazine. I just happened to find them together. April 2002, after 17 years of looking for this particular person, they found her at an Afghan refugee story, and this is the cover of the follow-up to this this magazine. So I saw these two together. $3.99 is what they were both labeled at, so $4. I paid $2 each, and it's just a gem. Like $2 for a vintage National Geographic is unheard of. So I like reading the stories in here, the articles and whatnot. So again, a good find. Here is a Life magazine. This is not the actual at the time, this is not the 40s at all, but this is the Anne Frank story in this Life magazine. This one was published in 2021. I'm assuming it would be probably the 50th anniversary or so, but it's all about Anne Frank and her entire family and everything that her family and everyone in the 1930s and 40s went through. She lived in the Netherlands, so it was right before the Nazis took over Netherlands and Amsterdam. So this is where she grew up, and this is all about her upbringing. But I remember in elementary school, or probably first year of middle school, having to read the Diary of Anne Frank. It was a big thing. It was a big to-do, but the images in here are priceless. I can't even begin to explain to you how much of a gem these pictures are. They say a picture says 1,000 words, but it's just really, really fascinating stuff. So anyway, I found this for, again, it might have been labeled to same as this, $3.99, so I would have paid $2 for this Diary of Anne Frank. Well, not the diary, but you know, Anne Frank Life magazine. So that's that. Also, I picked up at this store a magazine filled with postcards. So this is old Seattle postcards. So I'll just show you guys what they look like. These are just actual postcards, right? They say postcard on it. You can put a stamp on it, mail it off, but these are just beautiful images of old Seattle. This is 1878, 1878, 1880, 1898, 1901. So that's just what those pictures are images of. Again, here 1919, 1900, 1918, and 1906 on these four. And here's Pike's Place in 1917, Pike's Place Market 1910, Ravenna Streetcar 1891, and again Pike's Place Market 1917. So yeah, plain postcards, you can definitely just mail them off, but why would you want to when you can definitely use them in a junk journal? So yeah, these are just a lot of different images from old Seattle. I mean, just gorgeous, gorgeous pictures of old Seattle, steamboats from old Seattle, the ferries that came in to bring goods in and take goods out, and some old farm buildings, Seattle Transit or Transfer Building. These are just some very old. This says Seattle in ruins following the Great Fire. That's a picture. I mean, just pretty things. Like, I know it's hard for my camera to pick up the actual, but these are just some fascinating things. Anyway, this is just a book of old Seattle postcards that I bought. This was $3.49, and I paid about $1.75 for it. Here is a mixed media book. I believe this is my final item that I picked up at this particular store on this day. A mixed media book will come in handy for anything junk journal related. It's marked here at $2.99, so $3 as opposed to $10 retail, and I paid $1.50 for it. I know that these do sell at Michael's or Joann's. This is just a book filled with blank mixed media papers in it, and again, I can definitely use these. It's very soft, cottony paper. I can definitely use these to make a junk journal or junk journal pages, you know, or you know, just about anything. I can use it to test my stamps on. So last week I did get a lot of stamps, which I'm so excited about. Those stamps, I can use them to test my stamps on. This paper is for doing inking, watercolors, just about any kind of mixed media that you want. It says accepts wet and dry media, versatile, heavyweight paper, and it's acid free. Again, this measures 7 by 10. There's 60 sheets in here, give or take, minus the few that were used, because I did notice that there was some torn out. But 60 sheets, 110 GSM, or 110 pound, 180 GSM. So it's pretty thick paper that will go a long way in my crafting. So again, only paid $1.50 for this, so well worth it. Alright guys, I'm going to leave you right here, because why? I've showed you everything that I picked up this week at the thrift store. Again, this was called Savers. It's a local thrift store here in the Flagstaff area. There may be one or two others. If there's one near where you are, let me know down in the comments down below what city or state you're in, if you guys have a Savers, and they do half off on Mondays. All right, I will talk to you guys in the next video. I hope you guys have a super crafty day. Go do something wonderful. Go check out one of your thrift stores and let me know what you find. I love interacting with you guys down in the comment section. Check out my one link down below in the description box, as well as staying naturally curious, guys. Go do something great. I'll talk to you later. Bye.